Hello and welcome to Monaco for the 2017 Poker Stars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. 727 players entered this event, 6 now remain. Now this stop is no longer the final stop on the tour, but it is in fact still grand. Over 500 grand going to the eventual winner. Let's find out who's going home with a big chunk of cash and a trophy and who's just going home. Time to meet the players. The player in seat one won his way here via live satellite. Despite finishing day 3 with fewer than 20 big blinds, he's made it to the final 6. We've taken to calling him the Russian Bono. So Vinyamanya, baby, please welcome Andre Bondar. The player in seat 2 has already won a massive event here in Monaco this week, beating out a 1,200 player field in the Poker Stars National Championship, and he currently sits atop the Monte Dam Swing leaderboard from Germany. Klaatu Barada Nikto, Andreas Klatt.
Mainly an online player, but says he may transition to live tournaments very soon.
The player in seat 3 was born in Argentina but grew up in Switzerland. He's a longtime poker pro who recently earned his degree in economics. He's looking to short the market with a medium stack and also looking to join the Poker Pigu Club. Diego Zeider.
Likes his sport, can often be found on a football pitch, on the slopes, or on a tennis court.
If that last joke was too highbrow for you, our next finalist's online handle is 1 million donuts, which is fitting because his poker resume is full of dough and it is sweet. He went deep in London a few years back, but this is his best main event finish to date. From Italy via Mexico, Rafael Sorrentino.
He attributes a lot of his success to Mustafa Canet. He moved from Italy to Malta a few years ago, lived with Mustafa Canet, also got coaching from Dario Sammartino, says that changed his game forever. Now, plays online from Mexico.
He's the best.
The player in seat 5 has taken to calling the Salle des Etoiles his lucky room, partially because this Poker Stars Championship event is his biggest ever cash, but also because 10 years ago he got married right in this very room. I bet he's hoping to make his 5 opponents bridesmaids, and I'll be the first to ask if any of them are single. From France, Michael Kolkovich.
Spoke to him last night, such a nice guy.
Even though he flies a bit under the radar, the player in seat 6 already has more than $1 million in live earnings. He's won a title on the Russian Poker Tour, and he even has a trophy from a side event here in Monte Carlo last year. For a guy in his 40s, he even does pretty well online. He writes sins, not tragedies. From Russia, Panyak at the disco, Maxim Panyak.
He actually qualified for this event online. The oldest player at the final table.
Let's get one last round of applause here for all the players at the final table. Dealer Daniela, you know what to do. Good luck, everybody.
So here we go, the final table is underway. We are halfway through level 28. We pick up the action with the blinds at 40,000, 80,000 with a 10,000 ante. The last hand of play yesterday saw Davide Katai eliminated in 7th place. So for this hand, there will be no small blind, just the big blind of Diego Zeider. No redraw, the players take the same seats they were in yesterday. This is basically the final table, -2.
It's stupid.
Sorrentino will be first to act, he's under the gun. Chip denominations, the blues are the smallest chips in play, they are 5K, the green chips are 25K, the black chips are 100K. Daniela taking in the 10K ante, Zeider posting the big blind. And now we're pitching cards, and we welcome to the booth Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies. You know, I don't want to say Monaco's expensive, but going to the doctor here is free because they have socialized medicine.
So Sorrentino, first to act.
Only big blind.
That's right. No small blind here on the first hand.
So round to Klatt on the button. And he gives Zaita a walk. Zaita had king 10.
Probably the best hand. Once these guys are playing super tight. All right, I'll give you a real Monaco's so expensive joke. I don't want to say Monaco's expensive, but a pack of mints costs an actual mint. See, Matt, that's what you're supposed to do. Just fake it.
Hand number 2.
Everyone else in my life.
Kolkovic, the chip leader, 9-10 of clubs.
Now, James, you spoke to Kolkovic at length, right?
Via Tomar, one of our floor staff here, because Michael does not actually speak any English.
So what did he have to say about stack sizes and hand ranges and merging and polarization?
Not a lot. Michael is not a professional poker player, and obviously we questioned some of his decisions yesterday, some of his bet sizing, some of the spots that he played in, but do you know what? That's not on his mind. He is very much a poker fan. He came here to play cash games, never intended to play the main event, had a decent cash session. His friends talked him into it. He's made it to the final table, and now stands the realistic chance of lifting the trophy in the same room where he got married 10 years ago.
Awesome. I want to make a joke about, you know, marriage, but he seems to be really genuinely very happy, has 3 kids, and I don't feel right doing it. Raise and take it.
6,
French amateur poker strategy goes like this.
we had
That's him.
6 on the table. Was better yesterday than 9.
Yeah.
So what did you make of that triple barrel range merge yesterday when you were the effective stack?
So 2 hands so far, both raise and take it. On hand number 3, the action has been folded to Andre Bondar. Live satellite winner. He folds. Andreas Klatt, the national championship winner, has deuces.
So who's the guy everybody's waiting to go bust right now? Diego Zeiter, huh?
Yeah, he's got 22 big blinds, by no means short stacked, and we still have 40 minutes till the blinds go to 5,100.
I like to play, so if I'm Andre Bondar and I'm second in chips and I have queen 10, I might raise that. I don't know though. It's probably wrong. Probably tight is right, I guess. But so we got deuces versus ace deuce. So excited to finally see these guys' hole cards. I feel like I've really grown to love them. The guys, not their hole cards, over the last 5 days. And I've been so curious as to what their actual styles are. We saw very few showdowns. You know, we were doing 100, 110 hands every day at the feature table. How many showdowns do you think we see in those hands? 30? 40 tops? So deuce is still good on this flop. Kolkovic. He's got an overcard and a gut shot. Tough to continue here. Klatt checks behind. There's the ace for Kolkovic. Klatt now with the same gut shot. Kolkovic decides to play it a little deceptively. And it goes check, check. Jack on the river, so pair of aces is good. Let's see if he makes an attempt to go for value or if he decides that Klatt is more likely to take a stab at this, and he's going to bet top pair. And I think we're going to see a pretty quick and easy fold from Andreas Klatt. There it is. Nobody getting cute yet. Things going pretty straightforward. And Kolkovic continues to reign supreme, nearly 5 million in chips now.
Okay.
Heather is very excited. She tweets, whole cards.
Yes, all of them.
She has also discovered that Stapes is a great words with friends word.
Huh.
Do you know what the Stapes is, by the way, James? It's a little tiny bone in your ear. It's actually the smallest bone in your body.
I did see that because someone actually pointed out that poker in the ears is genuinely a thing because there is a Stapes in your ear.
Yeah, and also it's not just a coincidence that the Stapes is the smallest bone.
Talking of poker in the ears, by the way, we are going to be broadcasting the InVision version of the podcast during the tournament breaks today.
Cool. So it's poker in the ears and eyes.
Correct.
So you'll have 2 Stapes in your ear and 1 in your eyes.
Action forwarded to Sorrentino on the button. This is the 4th hand of the final table.
6 race, 180.
Sorrentino makes it.
This is a fun hand to raise on the button. Sometimes you win the blinds and antes. Sometimes they call you and you get to flop something fun.
180,000 from Sorrentino, but Kolkovic has ace-jack of diamonds.
Yeah, you don't really want to flop diamonds anymore.
No, absolutely. So Kolkovic moved over the 5 million mark with that last hand. He's got more than 60 big blinds. He's picked up a premium here. Remember, we're playing 6-handed.
Well, he knows some stuff about poker because he's 3-betting ace-jack suited against a button raise. Sizing seems all right, too. And Sorrentino lets it go. Just the way it's supposed to go down. Is pronounced stay peas, by the way, lads. Just realized that will take 50 minutes to get to you. No, it won't.
Yeah, you might remember that in Panama we had to do things a little bit differently. We were in delay as well as the play you were watching, but no, we are live. We are in your world. We are seeing these images the same time you're seeing them. Action from 35 minutes ago. Obviously the delay on the action to protect the integrity of the tournament because we are cards up today. Kolkovic in action again. He's won 2 in a row. Obviously the hand he played against Klatt, the 3-bet he made against Sorrentino on the last hand. Now he's opening the button with ace-6.
I don't even know in what universe how it could possibly take 50 minutes for a tweet to reach us anyway. It might take 50 minutes for our response to get back to him.
Now you're being pedantic.
Thank you.
So 235,000 is the open. Bondar defending with Queen 9. Bondar has a couple of friends here in Monte Carlo who are quite boisterous in a good way. Not sure if they're on the rail watching him today. That's Michael Kolkovic's wife we can see sitting in the audience.
Okay, yeah, I might be happy about getting married also.
Cynthia, who chose to get married here in the Sal des Etoiles back in 2007. So check on the flop. Kolkovic has paired his ace.
Are you sure Bondar's friends are here in the room and they're not just waiting to populate every single spin and go?
Bondar deciding whether to lead turn. Nope, he checks. Delayed continuation bet from Kolkovic, who has a lock on this hand.
Yeah, Bondar. Peace out. Man, do you even want to go over this, James? Man Bear Pig is asking, when did Nardin go out? Who took him out? I mean, I wasn't even involved in the hand, and I'm barely recovered from it.
Yeah, it was a huge pot towards the end of play last night involving this chap, Michael Kolkovic, currently sitting on 5.67 million, already up $1 million on the day. Things got a little bit crazy on the flop. Nardin with aces. Continuation bet the flop, and Kolkovic made a semi-bluff check raise with a gut shot, but it was such a huge check raise that when Nardin shoved on him, he kind of had to call and was a little bit embarrassed, but do you know what? A gut shot is a gut shot. Sometimes you hit one of your 4 outs, and that's exactly what happened. He put the bad beat on Nardin, sending him to the rail in 8th place.
Right in the Nardans.
And that's the hand that saw Kolkovic take the chip lead, and he's held that position since.
5 is 180.
And 6 under the gun raise from Zaita with ace-jack. Kolkovic. That's
Queen.
another decent hand, king-queen.
Okay, so this is a situation where I think it's perfectly fine to play the hand, but you don't want to get too weird with it facing an under-the-gun raise. You know, you don't want to blow this pot out of proportion. I think folding sometimes is okay too, because often if you just call here, there's going to be action behind you. You're going to be put in a weird spot. King, queen won't always be ahead. I think that in general, for those of us who like to play, you want to see a flop with king, queen. And no one's been super aggro at this table so far, so I think calling's probably fine. Bondar in the worst position with a not so great hand. And the big blind's getting a pretty good price. What's he got? Something not good enough even to call, getting like 4-1.
So heads up to the flop. 8-7 deuce with 2 diamonds. Zaita still ahead with ace high.
I finally gotten to the point in my poker playing, James, that when I have the king of diamonds here, I'm like, that's a flush draw. Until the turn comes out not a diamond, I have a flush draw.
The power of positive thinking, Joey. It's what I call a typical ace-jack of hearts flop.
Oh, yeah.
Queen of diamonds on the turn, gin card for Kolkovic. Now he does have the diamond draw, plus he has top pair. Zaita just 5% equity. Still no continuation bet from Diego. Kolkovic could safely go for value here.
Oh, man, I forgot that he even had a queen. I was just looking at the flush draw. Top pair, baby.
235,000 into a pot of 540,000.
Decider may decide. This is a ace-jack could be the best hand sometimes, but there's a lot of rivers he's not gonna like. And Kolkovic so far hasn't been bluffing. Tweet here from Jimmy who says pedantic stapes is best stapes. Actually, it's pronounced stapees.
Kolkovic is on a tear right now. He moves over the 6 million mark, playing 75 big blinds. Bondar, the only other player with more than 50 bigs. Average stack right now is 3.6 million, so we've got 3 players below average, and Zaita has now dropped below the 20 big blind mark, and the blind will go up in just over 25 minutes' time. Great tweet from Elkana. Why do we have to see the whole cards? How can you watch poker like this? So boring. We get to understand the players' decisions. Ugh. Just to be clear, we're not laughing at Andre Bondar.
No, not yet, at least.
Today's 285.
So Bondar raising the button with ace-7. Andreas Klatt in the small blind with ace-6. Ace-6 suited. Now, is this a spot for a just call or a spot for a 3-bet?
Oh, man, I mean, I don't know what the right decision is. I know this could go either way. He's going to just call, which we know, looking at the hold cards, is the correct decision. Especially if Zaiter is going to wake up with a gigantic ace behind both of you.
Ace, queen.
I don't see how you can just flat this. And Zaiter has 18 big blinds. A lot of money to be picked up there if you can move in and just get 2 folds. There it is.
The shove from Zaita for 1.5 million, and Bondar wants a count. I would be folding ace-7 off so quickly here.
Pretty easy fold. Maybe sometimes folks take a couple extra seconds so they think that you can't always just jam over the top of their button raises. Give them the impression that you, all right, I'm going to let you get away with it this time, but fold the monster here. Andre looks like he's maybe not just posturing, though.
For roughly 20 big blinds, ace-7 off. Knowing there's a player still to act behind you, I don't think it's even close.
There you go. And Klatt is the second small stack at the table. He doesn't have the chips to get this down. He's probably pretty happy he just flatted there, though.
100%. Otherwise, he might have been priced into making a call he doesn't want to make. Stefan Huber on the rail. Made a deep run in this tournament.
The Huber driver. Oh, that looks delicious. I think I'm gonna have a drink tonight, by the way. James, want to read you a comment, a photo comment I got. You saw the photo I posted before we went live today.
One of your infamous selfies.
Yes, and my friend Claire commented, looks like the set of Now You See Me.
That's not a compliment.
I just thought you would enjoy that. Did you ever end up seeing that movie?
Yeah.
I won't ask you any further questions.
Let's have a shout out for Paul Oliver, and bear in mind we don't often do shout outs. He's just tweeted to say, I came second in the free roll yesterday. I'm new to PokerStars, but I loved it. Cheers, guys. You are welcome, Paul. Make sure you play tonight's free roll, and if possible, sign up to Poker School Online and join us in this afternoon's Bounty Bonus Tournament. That's kicking off in what, an hour and a half?
Again? I guess I should register.
Absolutely. Remember, $150 bounties on myself, Joe, and Matt. If you knock us out during the freeze-out portion of the tournament, there aren't rebuys and add-ons for the first hour, so the bounties aren't in play. $500 guaranteed. 6 max Zoom, free to enter by claiming your tickets at Poker School Online. You can sign up as a member today.
If you knock me out of the tournament and then write to me and ask when you're getting your money or how you're getting your money or in any way mention it to me or ask me anything ever again, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you don't get it. Which, by the way, is nothing.
So Bondar opens for the second hand in a row, raising from the cutoff with ace-6 of diamonds. Sorrentino defends his big blind with 9-10 of hearts. Pairs his 10 on the flop.
We should have a massive field in the bounty bonus tournament today, by the way. 9,000 yesterday. It's a final table. It's a Friday. Nobody's working. Come on. Who are you kidding? You're not working.
Check on the flop and trips for Sorrentino on the turn. He's now a 9-1 favorite in this hand.
Trips so good. I love having trips.
Checks to Bondar.
You know what's the best part of having trips? It's not how strong your hand is. It's just about like being able to justify going broke. You're like, I had trips. I had trips.
Inconsequential 4 on the river. Bondar left with just ace high.
What was I supposed to do?
Sorrentino may go for value here.
I had trips.
Six bet, 280.
280 into 480. This is a board which connects with so much of the big blinds range. This is not...
It's not a board to call ace high now.
Absolutely. Not a good spot for Bondar to hero, and he gives it up. So as referenced there, Rafael Sorrentino narrowly missed out on a seat at the final table in London in 2014, eliminated in 10th place by the eventual champion Sebastian Pauli. This is hand number 9 of the final table, and Sorrentino could be in action again. It's been folded to him in the small blind with 8 deuce of clubs. He completes. Kolkovic in the big blind with the option.
God bless this guy for completing with 8 deuce. I'm like, nah, just have it. Just take it. I'm not messing around with this.
The chip leader checks his option with with Jack 5. The flop is ace, Jack, Jack.
No thanks.
It's all coming up Kolkovic today.
0%.
Uh-oh.
Now you feel the need. You got to bluff this. He doesn't have an ace or a jack. He's like, oh, man, let me just double make sure I got this jack here.
Sorrentino fires 85,000 into the abyss.
Isn't it weird that you look at this guy, he's got his necklace and his purple shades, you're like, this guy's probably such a douche, right? You're like, just make a snap judgment, and then he turns out to be super sweet, and you're like, oh, wait, he's French. They dress different.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Joe.
No, that is the absolute best way to judge a book. Everyone forgets about that. How else are you supposed to judge the book?
By reading the blurb on the back.
Which is...
Oh, I see, but not the
on
actual...
the cover.
front cover. Sometimes the blurb's on the inside.
Correct. But if you can't touch the book, you use the cover. Like, it's the best way to judge a book.
Anyway,
6 bet, 100.
Kolkovic flatted on the flop. Sorrentino's firing again on the turn. Ooh, 140,000. Do you think this is a spot where you're inclined to raise, Joe?
Man, the board's almost too terrible to raise at this point. I mean, you don't want it to get worse,
7
but it's really tough for a. I mean, given what the cards are, he's playing it great.
Well, obviously, he's just improved to a full house on the river. No fear now. Is Sorrentino going to fire a third barrel, or is he just going to wave the white flag of surrender?
Good move, Sorrentino.
And obviously, Kolkovic will bet here. Guarantee that bet will not get called.
I mean, it's so hard for Kolkovic to call twice with nothing. So, like, another barrel on the river, you got to make it huge. And even then, lots of hands aren't folding.
And I love this spot when you're sat there thinking, right, what do I reckon I can get here? What's a good value bet? What's going to get called? The reality is nothing's going to get called. The guy's got 8 high. 385,000 into 670,000.
Push. Sometimes.
He gone.
Michael Kolkovic wins another pot at this final table, shows the Jack 5, shows he had a full house.
Just lucky.
No flash.
Kolkovic now playing 6.3 million, being railed by his wife Cynthia. So if you entered yesterday's Scoop Spin and Go contest, you might be interested to find out if you were a winner. Did you win one of the 3 109 Scoop tickets? Well, Eshkanina, Cos21 and Paddy Jim, you are all winners. Congratulations. Another chance to win today. In case you don't know how the competition works, you have to play a $25 Scoop Spin and Go, win a hand with a pocket pair, and then tweet with a screenshot and the hand ID or the boom link, hashtag PSC win, get your entries in by midnight. And I assume, as we're not streaming tomorrow, that we will announce the winners on Twitter, at PokerStarsTV.
I like how Tama was talking to Kolkovic's wife and being like, so this is how much he's guaranteed to win.
That's 185.
Andreas Klatt raising here. It's hand number 10. Ace-9 of hearts. He makes it 185,000.
You got to assume that if they got married in this room, they're doing all right already.
Raise and take it for Klatt. And just 13 minutes left on the level. Joe, you'll be thrilled to hear that the next blind level is 5,100, making it very easy to calculate how many big blinds each player has.
My absolute favorite level. 5,100.
Now,
makes us all look like big blind geniuses.
should we get to level 29, 6-handed?
The 26, 30, 52 level?
No, level 29.
I'm like kidding.
Okay, if we get to the next level and
Yeah.
still have 6 players, the average stack will be 36 big blinds.
I don't know how you calculated that. You must be some kind of savant. 36? That doesn't divide into anything.
Kolkovic on the button. Queen 4.
Paniac limping in, King 4. Bondar, 7-6 suited. So the Russians got seated next to each other, huh?
Paniac in the small blind, Bondar in the big blind. No raise. Ace, Jack 5.
Pretty boring flop for both players. King High, the best hand.
Yeah, it was the best hand pre, it's the best hand post. Check, check. Turn card's a deuce.
Still boring.
Paniac still ahead with King High, plus he has the wheel draw. And a deuce on the river. This is likely to go check, check, and King High is going to win it.
King High. Paniac at the disco.
That guy in the jacket with the sweater around his neck, that's
Yep.
one of Bondar's friends.
Fallout Boy.
So if you have just joined us, still six-handed here at the PokerStars Championship Monte Carlo main event. Playing down to a champion today. Someone's going to walk out with the trophy and the €500,000 first prize.
James, do you think that I will accidentally announce the winner as the grand final champion?
Because you're so conscious of it, I don't think you will. Next year, maybe, because you're...
Because I'll be like, I'll think I'm a pro at it at this
Yeah.
point.
Diego Zaita is the shortest stack at the table. Starts the hand with around 25 big blinds. Opens under the gun with ace-10 of hearts.
7 points.
Hold it around to Paniac on the button. The online qualifier has ace-4 of spades. He calls. Andre Bondar in the small blind has 5 deuce of diamonds.
See ya.
Andreas Klatt sitting in the big blind with a legit hand, ace-queen.
Klaatu Barada Nikto. Say the magic words. Wake up with a hand that's got 2 guys dominated. He's also got both other players covered.
4 points.
Well, he just calls. No 3-bet from Klatt.
Decepticon.
So 3 players, all with aces, going to the flop. And look at this! An ace-high
Ow.
flop, but there's a 4 on it as well. 2 pair for Paniac.
Yikes. Oh, he didn't have both players covered. Paniac's got him covered.
Absolutely.
This could be real trouble.
Klatt was the one-time chip leader, but right now he is 5th in chips with 36 bigs behind. Action has been checked to Zaita, who is the pre-flop aggressor. And he will continue
200.
for 200,000.
Let's not forget there's 2 players that could potentially go broke here. Now the hand's not over, obviously, meaning there's more cards to come, but man, how do you get away from this?
In Paniac's position, this is a raising spot, right?
I'm not really sure. It's not a scary board. And you've got 2 other players that are involved in this hand. I don't know really what you need to protect against.
No raise. 585.
Well, Paniac has decided to raise here. No doubt, partially for value and partially for protection. 585,000.
When it goes bet raise,
What do you do with ace-queen?
I mean, I really don't think this is a spot for Paniac to be making a move. So what a great fold.
Klatt smells danger and lays it down. And look at that, Zaita folds as well.
So nobody goes broke. Wow, both players fold better aces and they're right. So I guess when I say it's not a slam dunk raise there, I was not expecting that to happen once he did raise.
Paniac second in chips with 3.8 million, but still playing fewer than 50 big blinds. Diego Zaita now hovering around the 20 big blind mark, but remember, those blinds go up in 6 minutes time. That's when we'll take our first break of the day. When we come back, we'll be playing 50K, 100K.
When I said Paniac maybe doesn't want to raise there, it's because I think that they're going to fold all of their non-ace hands. I was not expecting them both to fold their actual ace hands.
Glenn Webber is with us. He says, good day, gentlemen. Haven't been able to watch much of the stream from this event, but I'll be here until a winner is crowned today. Good to have you with us, Glenn. Hashtag PokerStarsTV on Twitter.
6
As we move on to hand 13, unlucky for some.
You cannot,
Hmm?
you cannot do that. Or can you?
Ace Jack for Sorrentino.
There is some reason.
Okay.
So,
7 plus.
Kolkovic calls the 180,000.
Not good.
Kolkovic with a worse ace, ace 10.
Oh.
What is with all these aces getting dealt?
Round to Diego Zaita. He also has an ace, ace deuce in the big blind.
Is this our third 3-ace hand?
Yes.
This is just bizarre.
Depends.
3 players going to the flop. Each one has an ace. No ace on the flop this time. It's king 10-8. So second pair for Kolkovic. The gut shot for Sorrentino.
Such a classic ace-jack flop. Flop me everything that beats me, but leave out the one card that makes me the nuts. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Great.
6 bet. 100.
Sorrentino, c-bets.
195.
Kolkovic calls the 195. Zaita folds, heads up to the turn. That turn card is a 9. Sorrentino now open-ended. Kolkovic still a 3-1 favorite with a pair of 10s.
Check.
8, 9, 10. It's a straight draw. Got it.
Sorrentino has slowed down. He's checked the action to Kolkovic, who checks behind. This hand goes to the river. The king of spades pairs the board. Kolkovic has the best hand. And with 2 kings on board, I don't think he's folding to a bet here.
It's also tough to value bet it himself if it checks to him. Yeah, check, check.
Showdown, and Michael Kolkovic wins yet another pot, extends his chip lead even further. He is now closing in on the 7 million mark. 6.9 million for the Frenchman.
Woo! Wasn't it like 2 hands ago he's closing in on the 5 million mark?
Precisely.
He's getting nuts out there.
86 big blinds at the current level, 2.5 minutes until the break. And a reminder that during the break, it's part 1 of 3 of Poker in the Ears and Eyes. Monte Carlo edition. This particular episode features Matt and Joe's adventures in online poker. The boys played themselves some scoop.
Yep, we sure did. I spoiled it earlier in the week what happened in Scoop, but I think most of you didn't hear that. It's worth tuning in to listen. Although I don't think we talk about Scoop in the first segment.
That's exactly what we talk about in the first
That's
segment,
the
which is
first
why I
segment?
advertised it.
I don't remember.
Action folded to Clat on the button. Small pair, pocket 3s.
Since that is the case, I would say it's definitely worth tuning into that segment. Lots of fun stuff.
Zaita limps from the small. Interesting, Clat folded the pocket pair.
I mean, obviously he's playing tight. And, you know, from the button, he raises 2 3s. There's a good chance he gets 3-bet because of a perceived wide button range. And then he gets put in a weird spot with pocket 3s. So And then obviously he feels great about this because he didn't hit a set.
Yeah, blind on blind, unraised pre. Sorrentino has paired his deuce. Zaita checks king high. Sorrentino about to bet.
You're not really betting this for value. I mean, obviously you don't expect your opponent to have a 7 very often, and you don't expect them to call very often with a worse hand, but you just kind of want to protect a little bit. Chances are you're not going to like the turn card. You're very happy just to win this pot now. Sider calls, thinking king high is probably good some of the time.
So 80,000 apiece. This hand going to the turn.
I don't think he can call a second barrel. I wonder if Sorrentino fires again.
I'd be desperately trying to get to showdown now. I'd be checking it back.
Yeah, right. Just when you check back, you give your opponent a free chance to pair one of their cards.
6 check.
4 diamonds on the river.
Zaita still hasn't hit anything. Just king high.
5 check. 6 check.
Check, check. Deuce is good. Sorrentino will win the last hand of the level, and we will go on break.
We have 20 minutes break now.
So plenty of action in the first 45 minutes. And most of that action has seen more and more chips slide in the direction of Michael Kulkovic. He has extended his chip lead over the first session of the day, playing 68 big blinds when we come back at 5,100. And Diego Zaita is in the danger zone.
Danger zone!
With just 13 bigs. So we'll take a 20-minute break, during which time you should enjoy poker in the ears and eyes.